This Labour government has taken the decision to repeal the Legacy Act. That is a decision that I believe will shame our country for decades to come.
That fear is false. I say again, it is scaremongering. It is complete scaremongering spread by people who are at best naive, perhaps don't know the details of the legislation.
I've just been outside with a load of veterans who served on our banner like myself. Are you saying that they're naive and misunderstood on this?
Yeah. They never went out in order to kill. They went out to defend British citizens. Isn't what's so particularly outrageous about the proposal is that it does suggest some sort of equivalence between the killers and those who were appointed to protect them.
There is no equivalence between a terrorist, somebody who sets out in the morning with murderous intent, and a soldier who's defending democracy and defending our country.
The Veterans Commissioners for Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales, not naive people, issued a joint statement last week. They said, and I quote, "Inconsistent application of justice, particularly where it revisits incidents already thoroughly investigated, serves only to re-traumatise veterans and undermine public confidence."
We are after one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to find a way to protect those veterans that have been pursued through the courts in a vexatious manner and destroying their lives in their latter years.
All of these cases that we're coming here to talk about have been rigorously gone through a judicial process at the time. And it is horrific double jeopardy, in some cases treble jeopardy, to put our veterans through this process again.
It's not about justice, it's not about accountability, it's about harassment, and it's about an attempt to try and find ways of rewriting history, and that's why this is so wrong.
When the government says that it plans to give our soldiers every support, that sounds to me like they accept the fact that cases are going to be brought and they're going to try and support them. But the punishment is the process.
The reality is the only people that will be prosecuted, unless this government does something absolutely to end that process, will be the veterans. And even if they don't get prosecuted and eventually found guilty, it is the persecution and the chasing of them that ruins their lives and makes them worry for the rest of their lives having served their country.
The Secretary of State will already be aware from his colleagues in the MOD, some of whom have a distinguished Special Forces background, that this process is having an adverse effect on morale within the Special Forces community, and indeed in the Army more widely. It will be an act of sheer folly and indeed aid to our enemies to continue to proceed with this act of military self-harm so that, put bluntly, even fewer people will join the Army and even more will leave.
Why would a British government of any political leaning include this commitment in their manifesto? These brave soldiers were doing nothing more than carrying out orders from the government of the day, as they are trained to do without fear or question. They are fiercely loyal to their regiment, their government and their monarch.
Those who freely talk about human rights would do well to remember that our rights, our law, our democracy, our nation were protected by the very veterans who are at risk today. So let us all make one promise, that no British soldier will ever again be abandoned by the very nation they have so bravely protected.